Hey team, as we continue learning about planet Earth today, yesterday we got to learn about the land and what a forest does for people and animals. Today we're going to get to learn about what's the other part? Water, very good. Let's spread out the word water. Ready? Water, very good. And so in our story today, it's called Atlantic. We're going to continue discussing. Very good, you got it. Say it. Main idea and key details. Oh yeah, I remember that the main idea is the important thing that's happening in the story. You can find the main idea maybe by looking at the title or headings if you can't find it in the title. We're going to look at the pictures to find the main idea and think about if words keep getting repeated. You can even look at the first sentence and the last sentence to find the main idea. And then this story has beautiful key details that support the main idea. So while we're learning about Earth, we're still going to do our reading job. This story is called Atlantic. And on the cover page, yeah, look at that. Ooh, beautiful illustrations. The illustrator draws the pictures. I in the Atlantic Ocean. It sounds like the Atlantic Ocean is going to be speaking throughout this story, so that's going to be the Atlantic Ocean talking. I begin where the land runs out at the end of yards and streets and hills. I am the blue water at the beach, the waves, mist, and storms. That salty smell is me too. I stretch from the icy poles, north and south. I rub shoulders with North America and bump into Africa. I slosh around South America and crash into Europe. But I don't end there. The Pacific and Indian, Arctic and Antarctica are my relatives. We are one big family. So the ocean Atlantic is talking about the other oceans. My water doesn't even stay in one place. It travels from continent to continent. So that iceberg floating past someone's window one day will sometimes find itself tapping on your toes on a warm, sandy beach. So the water that affects the United States also is affecting different continents like Europe. My fingers stretch out, bays and inlets reach far into the land. Gulfs, seas, sounds, and channels lead to me and into me. They are me. It's like a gulf. I am here, day and night, heaving, raging, lying still, scraping away at some land and putting it someplace else. Oh yeah, water can be so powerful that it can actually erode rocks or land, and erode means change it, scrape it away. My shape changes as it has for ages, sometimes growing, sometimes shrinking, never staying still. The sun, so millions of miles away, heats my water, which turns it into clouds and storms that rain into me, and it starts over again. It's like the water cycle. The moon, so far out in space, pulls at me and then lets go, so my tides go in and out, ebb and flow. So if you've ever gotten to be at the beach or see a video of it, you know that the tide goes in and then it goes out later in the day, so the ocean's always moving. First I was discovered, even though I was here first, and then conquered by men in big ships who named me. I've been crossed and probed, charted, studied, and dirtied. Fishermen know me. They know my oyster beds and seek out my schools of fish with hooks and nets, long lines and traps. Oh, so the ocean serves as a habitat for a lot of animals. I remember, what does habitat mean? Tell me. Yeah, it's an animal home. Very good. Give yourselves a booyah. Booyah. Artists paint pictures of me with cobalt and ultramarine, and poets know me with their beautiful words. The dancing shadow of your airplane skips over wave with dolphins who sing and race, with skates and whales and fish that fly. Seagulls sing to me, sands and pebbles rattle and clatter in a chorus as I rush in and pull away. My words crash and whisper in your ear. Don't forget that I am here. I am the Atlantic Ocean. And then at the end of the story, it gives us some facts, some nonfiction information about the ocean. But before we get to reading that, I want to discuss the main idea and key details of this story. So, what do you think the main idea of this story was? Remember, think about the title, think about repetitive words. I'm going to read the first sentence to you and the last sentence to you to see if it gives us a clue about the main idea. The first sentence reads, I am the Atlantic Ocean. Let's go to the very last sentence. I am the Atlantic Ocean. Oh, it's the same thing. So if you said that the main idea was the Atlantic Ocean, give your brains a kiss. So smart. Now prove your thinking. How did you know that? Tell me. Yeah, maybe you knew it from the title. Maybe you knew it from the first and last sentence. You could have even known it from the pictures. Now, I want to discuss some important key details. Remember, key details add to the main idea. They support the Atlantic Ocean. Well, when I go back and reread things, I learned from this page something important about the Atlantic Ocean, that the sun heats the ocean and the ocean's a part of the water cycle. I would think that that's an important key detail because it supported the main idea. Oh yeah, another key detail was that the moon helps pull and ebb the tides of the ocean. One more key detail that I thought of was the habitat. The ocean serves as the habitat for animals. And so those are some key details that are important to the story. Now, was the whole story about the habitat? No. The habitat was a key detail that supported the main idea of the Atlantic Ocean. When I read the key detail about how we've been dirtying up the ocean, that was another thing I wanted to learn more about. And so remember how we have to protect not only the land on earth, but the ocean as well. And that word protect means to keep safe. Now this word is a big word and it's called pollution. Let's syllable chin drop it. Ready? Pollution. Clap it out. Pollution. 3 syllables. Pollution is when gases, smoke, and trash make planet Earth dirty. And it doesn't just make the land dirty, it makes water dirty too. So what word can make water dirty? Pollution. Very good. Kiss your brain. Pollution. And so it's important this week. I'm going to teach you some ways that we can help with pollution to protect oceans like the Atlantic. Now, I'm curious, and I know you guys are too, so I'm going to read you just a few facts about the Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean is not the largest ocean, that's the Pacific, okay? And the Atlantic Ocean moves in giant currents like the Gulf Stream and the Brazil and North Atlantic currents. They bring warm weather to Ireland and dry winds to Africa. Wow, so the way that water moves affects people's weather. That's information I didn't already know. I continue to grow a couple inches wider each year. What I will look like in 2 million years from now, I don't know. And so the Atlantic Ocean leaves it up to the people who live on it to protect it to make sure it's still safe in 200 years. So make sure you do something today that protects our planet. Bye.